welcome back to my channel, or if this is the very first video you're seeing of me, then welcome to my channel. Please hit the subscribe button down below if you haven't already. I post Monday through Saturday, and today in this video I'm doing my top 10 funniest Disney characters. So here are some Disney characters that I personally think are funny, and I know a lot of people have their personal favorite funny Disney characters. Here are some of my personal favorite funny Disney characters, and if you guys have any funny Disney characters that you like, let me know down in the comments below, or if you like any ones that I mention, let me know which ones are your favorite ones, because I would love to hear. And I do have some movie reviews up for these movies that some of these characters are mentioned in. If you wish to see them, I'll say which ones they are and link them down below in the description box. And I'm going to get started. So number one on my list would have to be the genie from Aladdin. I bet a lot of you guys think the genie's funny. I personally find the genie super hilarious. I love his jokes, I love his sense of humor, I love his impersonation of a bunch of late celebrities. I think he has like a great sense of humor throughout the entire film, and he makes the entire film super funny with his reactions, his jokes, and everything in between. And I love that he's voiced by Robin Williams, because Robin Williams, again, I've said this millions of times in tons of videos, that he's my favorite actor of all time. And this is for those who didn't know. Again, I love Robin Williams. I grew up with his comedy. It's just something, it's totally part of me because I love his comedy, because I've been watching a bunch of his movies since before I could even talk, and that's why I love the genie, because I love that he has that Robin Williams sense of humor. And I do have a review up for Aladdin, which I'll link down below if you want to see in the description box down. If you want to see that review and haven't seen it, I will link that video in the description box down below. Number two on my list would have to be Bernard from The Rescuers and The Rescuers Down Under. The reason I find Bernard super funny is because he's constantly clumsy. He's trying to act brave but ends up being scared. And even though I still think he's pretty brave, I just find it funny how like there's some things end up scaring him, like the number 13 or like lions or something. I think it's pretty funny, and he's constantly making mistakes, which I think is funny. But I love how one thing about him is how he works with Miss Bianca, and they both work together to do their duty in rescuing people for their jobs, which I really like. And I do have a review of two reviews of both The Rescuers and The Rescuers Down Under. Actually, it's a film comparison / film review, and there's two of them, and I'll link them both in the description box down below if you wish to see them. Number three on my list would have to be Yzma from The Emperor's New Groove. The reason I find Yzma funny is because she tries every attempt to get rid of Cusco, but she fails, and she constantly is trying to take over Cusco's job, which is pretty funny, but she doesn't do a good job at it. And then she's constantly making a ton of mistakes, which makes it super duper funny. And no matter how many times she tries to get rid of Cusco, she just fails. It's super funny. And I do have and she's from The Emperor's New Groove, just so you know. I don't remember if I said that, sorry if I didn't. And I do have a review up for The Emperor's New Groove. If you wish to see that video, I will link that in the description box down below as well. Number four on my list had to be Mulan from Mulan, obviously. I like Mulan because she's trying as hard as she can to fit in, but with society, and she's constantly making really funny mistakes, and I love how she acts like tries her best to act like one of the guys, and it ends up being funny. And then I love how she's able to kick a guy's butt, which I think is super duper cool. And I love how she's very brave, and I love how she's constantly making mistakes, which is funny. But I love also that she tries her best to not fail at things, which I think she does a pretty good job at. Number 5 on my list had to be Dopey from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. The reason I find Dopey funny is that he is constantly a goofball. Like he's making making mistakes as well. Like he's running into doors. He's getting himself hit with things, and he's always he's always making mistakes and accidentally ruining things for them, and it's pretty funny. But he kind of gets left behind quite a lot. And that's pretty funny too, and I just love that Dopey, I love that Dopey's kind of like the little kid of the group of dwarves, even though he's grown up. And I do have a review on Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. If you wish to see that video, that will be linked in the description box down below as well. Number 6 on my list would have to be Timon and Pumbaa from The Lion King. I think Timon and Pumbaa are pretty funny because I like their sense of humor, and I love that Timon is kind of constantly bossing Pumbaa around and kind of taking Pumbaa's ideas, and I love that Timon and Pumbaa are always like together no matter what happens to them. They're like a duo that never separates, and they're both constantly like making mistakes, like losing someone or kind of like arguing about bugs, which is pretty funny. Number 7 on my list would have to be Wally from Wally, obviously. I think Wally's pretty funny because he likes to play with things he's curious about. Like, he turns on a TV, he's just curious about it, and he plays with a fire extinguisher and is being funny with it, like squirting it out. Or he's like constantly touching things and he's not touching things and doesn't know what they do and stuff, which is pretty funny. And he's constantly trying to save little things like a cricket or a plant. And I find that also funny. Number 8 on my list would have to be Thumper from Bambi. I think Thumper's pretty funny because he's constantly bossing Bambi around, but he's trying to show him the way things are, and then when he tries to help Bambi, he ends up getting himself in trouble with his mom, or he constantly is like ending up with Bambi's like clumsy mistakes and incidents that happen, which is pretty funny, and I like the fact that he thumps his foot quite a lot, hinting his nickname Thumper, and I think that's really cute. And I do have a review on Bambi if you want to see that. I will link that in the description box down below. Number 9 on my list would have to be Woody from Toy Story. Now, a lot of you guys think you don't like Toy Story. Yeah, I kind of don't anymore because I think it's probably the most overrated Disney film on this planet. Nobody get offended. If you like Toy Story, that's completely fine. I personally just think it's the most overrated film on this planet. I still think Woody's pretty funny because like he tries to act all brave and tough, but he ends up being a scaredy cat, which is pretty funny. And then he's like constantly trying to make sure, even though he's very caring and protective of his friends, he's still acts like a coward, which is pretty funny, but he tries everything he can to make sure his friends are safe, which I really like. And I do have a review up of Toy Story, which I'll link down below as well if you want to see that. Number 10 on my list had to be Olaf from Frozen. One thing I love about Olaf is I love that he's always curious about the summer because he wants to see what it feels like to be in the summertime, and he doesn't realize that he's a snowman and that he can melt in the summertime. And I love that he's always happy no matter what, and I think it's really cute. And I also love that he's always there for Anna and Elsa no matter what happens to them and no matter like the hard times they go through, and he helps them out, and I think that's awesome. And I do have a review up on Frozen, which I'll also link down below if you want to see that video. Okay, so those are my top 10 funniest Disney characters. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. Please do like and subscribe if you haven't already. I post Monday through Saturday, and I'll see you later soon. Bye!